Good evening. This is Jean-Vive Nimani. Welcome to day 8 of my pre-New Year's resolution challenge. Today is going to be tips for positive single parenting. So for all you single parents out there, please stay tuned. I got some wonderful tips for you. Not saying that you're not doing a good job right now, because I know that you are. But all of us can use a little nudge every now and then, just to make sure we stay on point, stay on track. I know I do. So I'm going to share what I've learned over the years with you. I hope that's okay. This also does not exclude the parents who are raising, who stayed together and raising the children together and making it work. Kudos to you too. I was married, so I know that having a partnership is easier. But hey, sometimes it doesn't work out, and that's okay. Sometimes you're better off just as friends, and that's fine as well. So without further ado, um, I wrote some stuff down because I don't know, I've just been meditating and praying more, more like 2, 3 times a day, and I've just been writing everything that's been coming out of my mind, and I don't want to leave anything out. So I'm going to share that with you. So once again, I hope it's okay if I read from paper, and if it's not, well, too bad. Just joking. Um, Sometimes I do joke around a lot, but I am saying this with all seriousness. With all going on today with parents being stressed, throwing their babies out the window, dumping or driving them into rivers, beating them to death, sexually abusing them, verbally abusing them, it has to stop. If you don't have the patience at the moment, walk away, go in another room, or leave the house for some air. I know that some of how we act is a rippling effect of what we've been through in the past and how our parents treated us. But I know that I have my stories, and we all have a story to tell with a not so happy ending. And I try to be the opposite of how my parents were with me. So that's why I'm so compassionate about children in general, not just mine, but just children in general. When I see a child getting cursed out in the middle of the street, or their parents shanking them up, or just being a little rough with them. It doesn't always have to be that way. We can reprimand them in different ways, and I think that these tips will help. I mean, they've helped me. I'm not perfect, but I am working on myself every single day, and I want you to take this journey with me. So I hope these will help your family, as well as these tips have helped mine. Even though I'm reading them, these are really experiences, tried and true, and I like to have things in order. So I just typed up a few things uh, that come straight from my heart to yours. So grab a cup of tea, coffee, some wine, whatever rocks your boat, and sit back and relax. Tell them you love them every single day. Show them respect, meaning don't talk bad about your friends about your baby daddy or your baby mama in their presence. When they are older and understand better, it will be much easier to have discussions with them. If you must, go in another room and finish your discussion. Read with them, cook with them, joke around, have fun, play games, and what's last, but my favorite, have a dance contest. It burns calories and builds so many memories. Lead by example. Teach them how to wash fruit the correct way. If you don't have soap scrub, use a fresh lemon. Rub it on the skin of the fruit. Let it soak for about 30 to 40 seconds. Take it out, put it on the table, so they always have something to grab quick. Um, Teach them to read ingredients, especially the salt and sugar and cholesterol intake. If anything is more than a paragraph on the back of something, it should not be in your body, or you may want to just research the ingredients before you digest it. What else? Have them read something aloud every day or as often as possible. Start them with prayer and meditation at an early age, but of course, it's never too late to begin. Have them Google what they love to do so they become a pro at it. It could become their profession. My kids sometimes have the I'm bored syndrome. I'm like, okay, well, type in I'm bored in Google and see what comes up. Voila. A whole bunch of things come up. They're like, oh, I found something to do. I think I'm going to go clean my room or something. I'm like, yeah, work out with them consistently, especially if you see that they are gaining a few extra pounds, but offer it in a nice way, caring way. Even say something like, hey, I need a workout buddy because I just can't seem to stay on point. Can you help me out? Something like that. Doctor's visits should be up to date. Have friendly, inquiring convos with them just to see what's going on with school, friends, etc. Be that person that you are teaching them to be. No parent is perfect, but with practice, we can succeed. Surround yourself with positive company, not a bunch of weed smoking friends that come over every once in a while to get a meal, a drink, and talk BS. They don't need to be around them, and personally, they don't need to be around you. I'm just saying, just my opinion. Teach them responsibility. If they lose something, make them buy it back by withholding their allowance until it's all paid up. This goes for all those crazy cell bills that they tend to run up with those little additions that they add on without telling you about. Yeah, um, make them pay it off, and I tell you, it pays off in the long run. Teaching them responsibility at an early age. Buy a Wii or purchase active games that the family can play together. I know that the dance Wii leaves me out of breath, and I'm in pretty good shape, and it leaves me out of breath because it's just one after the other. The moves are so creative, they're fun, and you burn calories as well as shake off stress. It's a good tactic if there's a little tension in the house between siblings or between you and the children, so try it out. Be patient, hug, kiss, and leave a note here and there. I'm real sentimental, so I'm always, loving them up, leaving notes here and there, sending them a text. Sometimes I get carried away sending them little hearts and a million I love yous throughout the day, and they're like, Mommy, I love you too, but I'm with my friends. I'm like, okay, gosh, I'm just saying, I just want to let you know. Uh, what else? Discuss the importance of hygiene and using protection. Let them know that you will not be an automatic babysitter. And say all that fly gear in free time that you have right now with your friends, that will all stop the moment you slip up. So don't let 5 minutes of pleasure become a lifetime of responsibility. And what's funny? I was reading this to my son before he left, and he usually gives me a little feedback. He's 16, he'll be 17 in February, and he's like, he comes over to me, he's like, Mommy, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, oh my gosh, don't make me get all teary. I said, thank you. I was that just really touched me. And little things like that, I'm like, wow, I am doing a good job. Sometimes we all have our little doubts, but that confirmed that I'm doing something right, Um, so I don't know. I was so happy when he said that to me, just that little word. But anyway, I was reading that part to him when I said, don't let 5 minutes of pleasure become a lifetime of responsibility. He's like, 5 minutes? I'm like, oh, well, excuse me, Mr. Ladies Man, Prince Charming, you take longer? I'm sorry, my bad. And he just starts cracking up. I'm like, oh boy, that's a whole nother segment. But anyway, that definitely confirmed he's, doing his thing now. I'm like, oh my God, my baby's growing up. Anyway, my daughter, she's just a sweetie pie. She on the other hand, she'll just leave me notes of poetry and sweet little love letters around the house, and I put them up on the fridge when I'm down, and it just uplifts me. So little things like that your children do for you, just embrace them because they're going to be gone soon. They're going to grow up and be out the house, and even though now you could be like, I can't wait till he gets out the house, you are going to miss them when they're gone. So just enjoy it right now. Okay, I have a couple more, and then I will let you go. All right. Um, After a heated debate or argument, take a breather, cool down, and before the day is over, have a positive talk with them to gain a better understanding. Life is just too short. I teach my kids no matter how upset we are at one another, always say good morning, see you later, and I love you. Always keep at least 2 or 3 of their friends' names in your phone in case of an emergency. Update your contact card with their schools and have at least 3 or 4 names. I think I have 5. I know, I'm a little overprotective. Always get cool and acquainted with your child's principal and teacher. It does have its perks. Make sure their teachers have your cell and email just in case your child forgets to tell you that they got the report card. Most of all, create a safe haven, a sanctuary that smells good, is clean and inspiring for them to come home to, and escape from this crazy world that we live in, and welcome them from a long day with a home cooked meal, oils or incense, and an interest in their day, and give them memories that will last a lifetime. Happy New Year. I truly hope that these tips have helped out a bit. I know you're already